In December 2011, Kosovo and Serbia reached an agreement on Integrated Boundary or Border Management, or simply known as IBM. On paper, it was noted that they are required to gradually harmonise their legislation with the EU laws and in particular to apply the concept of IBM, given that both are part of the EU's Western Balkans agenda. In practice, EU engaged in facilitating this agreement to prevent further escalations in Kosovo's northern municipalities, where security threats, violence, barricades, disorder and segregation had become a commonality. By the agreement, both parties would gradually set up joint crossing points in all 6 border crossings between them. Few months later, they concluded a technical protocol on the implementation of IBM, focusing on the location of the crossing points, precise presence of border authorities, and so on. They agreed that 3 of the crossing points would be established by Kosovo and the other 3 by Serbia. In these common IBM areas, the 2 governments agreed to not display symbols of their respective jurisdictions. The aim was to establish the free movement of people and goods by enhancing coordination within and between border agencies and ensuring open but secured borders. An important outcome is also the signing of cooperation within the project, Systematic Electronic Exchange of Data, known as SEED, which enabled the exchange of information in the field of customs. The IBM agreement remains incomplete and only 2 crossing points are constructed, Motivode and Madara. The political developments in Serbia and Kosovo have hindered the flow of meetings and regular contacts between the authorities. But a greater challenge remains the dual interpretation, which is reflected on the agreement. For Serbia, IBM is an administrative line or boundary, while for Kosovo, it is an interstate border. Yet IBM marks a successful and important agreement, which has, above others, established cross-border cooperation and communication between police, customs and other agencies of Serbia and Kosovo, established cross-border control and enhanced security, along with arrangements on customs and FOM, stabilised the situation in northern crossing points and facilitated the collection of revenues, and helped both governments to meet the requirements in the framework of EU accession process.